Hello and welcome to another episode of Intentionality, where we talk about purpose-driven life. Today we have a guest whose life has been transformed by recreational sport, and it's a great story to listen to on how a recreational sport can change one person's life upside down. We have Bharat, who is an ultra marathoner. He's an agile coach. He works 9 to 7 if you are in Bangalore. Apart from that, he manages to do strength training, run, and run multiple races in a year. Um, so let's talk to Bharat. Welcome, Bharat.
Thank you, Satija. Thank you for having me on your podcast.
Thank you for coming over.
My pleasure.
So, to start with, tell us who is Bharat Bhushan Bisht.
Bharat Bhushan Singh Bisht.
Oh, I missed out.
Oh, it's okay. The name is too long. So Bharat is just like another human being on this planet Earth. So I'm, as you suggest, as you just introduced myself. I'm an agile coach, works in IT industry, have total work ex of almost 19 years. Into agility from past 10 years now, almost a decade. Started working since 2005. So have seen a lot of the different projects. Also, I'm a family man. Have an 11-year-old son.
Nice.
Wife who also works in IT. I'm married from past 14 years. So that's something. And also person who actually takes out some time out of professional commitments, out of family life for sports. And that too, running, to be very specific. So that's all who I am actually, and I enjoy being myself.
Yeah. So tell us about your early life, right from Bareilly to Delhi.
Great, yeah. Actually, I was born in Bareilly. My father was in army, so he was posted there. That's when I was born. And I didn't see Bareilly much because I think I was a year and a half old when my father again got posted to Delhi. So I couldn't see Bareilly much, but I still tell everyone that I'm from Bareilly or I was born in Bareilly. But yeah, if any day I'll get a chance, I'll definitely visit that place. Heard it's beautiful.
I haven't visited since you were
Never, never. I've met a lot of people in my professional career who are from Bareilly. Come across a lot of people there are some people in my office who are from Bareilly. And when I tell them that I was born in Bareilly, so they are very happy because, of course, they don't. People when find someone from their own area, they feel that connect instantly. Right? But when I tell them that I've never lived there as such, I was very little when I moved out. So there's like, you should. So definitely, it's on my list that I'll visit there someday. I don't know whether I still have somebody who are known to us there. But anyways, maybe as a tourist.
Yeah. Right.
So we moved to Delhi then. My father got posted in Delhi. So we lived in Delhi cantonment area, which is a army only place. Right? So my initial days studies happened in Delhi only, in army schools. And then my father decided to take premature retirement. So we moved to Noida from Delhi. Not far. Just have to cross a river, Yamuna.
Right.
And Noida at that time was just coming up. It was not known to anyone. And I think that the Noida strategy was to bring army people to make it more secure and popular. So they started off with some. So Noida is divided into sectors.
Okay.
So there were three main sectors, which were given to Army, Air Force, and Navy.
Okay.
Of course, my father being from Army, so we got the Army housing flats. And yeah, I mean, I remember everything about Noida, growing up there, and how I've seen that place coming up in front of my eyes. There were at times, we could see the Lotus Temple, which is in Kalkaji in Delhi, from from our terrace in Noida.
Nice.
So the view was so clear that time. Nowadays you can't even see, a building 100 meters away because of the pollution.
Right.
So, but yeah, I have some very fond memories. So we grew up there, made lots of friends. A lot of kids and their parents who moved, after retirement to Noida. So a lot of us are Army kids growing up together. Studied in KV, Kendra Vidyalaya initially. So I did my 10th. Till 10th, I studied in KV, and then 11th, 12th from Army Public School. And I think as a kid, while growing up, I was very introverted.
Yeah.
Yes, I was very shy, scared to talk to even girls. Always used to, be in myself. I was very outgoing. Outgoing in the sense, like I used to love sports. So I was into sports right from the beginning. Used to play a lot of football, and that really actually helped me even to pick up running later. But anyways, going back to my story, so yeah, I mean, after schooling, I went to Delhi University for my graduation, but football stayed with me.
Okay.
We played really good football during schools. So 11th, 12th in Army Public Schools were like, I consider those as golden days of football, because we won many a college for my school.
Nice.
So I was the captain of my team. We played district level football for our school. Limca Cup.
Okay.
We though we didn't win, but yeah, we participated, and we were like one of the very loved team, football team in that tournament. We played. There was this Milo Cup used to happen in St. Columbus School. From where Mr. Shah Rukh Khan is.
Okay.
Prestigious school. So they used to have this Milo Cup. Okay. So we were the runner-ups. And the interesting thing about, we at that time, the semi-finals, we played against Sunil Chhetri's team.
Oh.
Yeah, he was a kid himself that time.
DFC captain.
Oh yes. I don't know whether he'll listen to this. His team lost because the goal which I scored, in the last 2 minutes.
Oh, you can tell this whole life.
Oh yes. No, it's not a lie. It's true. I mean,
all life you can keep on telling this.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
definitely. So I've seen him playing. We played him with him. He was from Army Public School, Dhalakon. So though we was the same school, but we were Noida branch and they were like Delhi branch. So we played against each other, semi-finals, and his team lost because I scored that goal. Yeah.
So yeah, at college then joined the college team for a football team, and played our university leagues, and then my world changed upside down. I still remember it was third year. I was about to go for my university selections. So we were playing a friendly match in Shahid Bhagat Singh College, which is again South Delhi, South Campus we used to call it. And while playing, I met with an accident. It was a friendly match. So I collided with a defender, or he purposely did it, I don't know. I used to play right wing forward. And I was known for my curve balls, Anyway, so I don't know. I mean, I met with an accident and I dislocated my right knee, and I couldn't get up. It was a very severe dislocation. My kneecap almost was there on the right side of the knee. It was completely dislocated.
Okay.
And my dreams of playing football further got shattered. Doctor said either you play football or you lose your leg. So I was really heartbroken.
That destroyed me actually, I would say. I was walking on crutches for almost 6 months. It took me 2 years to recover from that injury, and a lot happened in those 2 years. I used to hate smoking,
Okay.
but I picked up smoking because I was shattered.
Hmm.
And you know those friends who come to your rescue.
Right.
That so what if this happens? Yes, take one drag.
Hmm.
This will help you,
Hmm.
right? I will calm your nerves.
Hmm.
And I used to hate smoking and smokers because that's something I learned from my father. He never picked up smoking being in the army, or he used to hate tea also.
Hmm.
Anyway, so I took that one drag. That's it. I never stopped after it.
Okay.
Almost a chain smoker.
Hmm.
And then after college, once we get into corporate world, it comes with its own
Tea breaks.
absolutely tea breaks, sutta breaks, chai breaks, whatever you call it. And it's never ending then,
Hmm.
right? Because you're under that peer pressure or social pressure, whatever,
Hmm.
to gel in or blend in
Hmm.
with your teammates or with your manager or your team leads, because most of the discussions happening over the cigarette, right? So yeah, so I just never stop.
Hmm.
And once you start getting one vices, then the other vices also follows.
Hmm.
Started drinking
Hmm.
again. It used to be for connecting with your team members during in parties, or when you actually meeting people and going out socially,
Hmm.
taking one drink. Then it start building on you,
Hmm.
the habit. Then you feel that okay, it actually giving you a kick. It is making you cool,
Hmm.
because that's what alcohol does, right? It removes all the apprehensions which you have in your mind,
Takes you to fantasy.
takes you to a different level altogether, and you feel that you're invincible, you can do anything. Like gaadi tera bhai chalayega type, right? After 4 drinks, you want to drive,
Right.
you want to go on long drives, right? Not realizing that you're not in senses.
Hmm.
Your reflexes become 3 times slower,
Right.
but yeah, so I started enjoying that. I started enjoying that kick,
Hmm.
started enjoying that validation which I was getting from people, like, oh, look at him, the way he's dancing.
Hmm.
But they are not understanding that I'm dancing under the influence of alcohol,
Hmm.
right? It's not me who's dancing, it's the alcohol which is making me dance.
Hmm.
So I started enjoying that attention. So I thought that the right way of living life is to drink, go party, stay up all night, smoke, and enjoy.
So from being an athlete, although you were introvert, you said you were very popular in school.
Yeah.
Because you were an athlete.
Yes, so I used to get all those attention,
Hmm.
a lot of attention from girls in my school.
Hmm.
So our school had a girls hostel, and it was right next to the football field. So whenever the girls knew that I'm playing, the terrace of that girls hostel will be with all the girls standing and cheering for me.
Hmm.
So I used to love that attention, but I still, even that time, I couldn't muster the courage to talk to any of the girls.
Do you think if this tragedy hadn't happened,
Yeah.
you would have played for Indian team possibly?
I
Never
never dreamt of that far in the future, but yes, could have, because before that tragedy, I started playing with one of the Delhi clubs.
Hmm.
So I was really happy about that, because I used to go for practices then on their field. We used to practice together, and it was one of the prestigious clubs in Delhi, football club. So yes, I mean, I almost got the way.
Everything was going well.
It was going well, but yeah, I know. I mean, I think God had something else planned.
You
for me.
said you had 2 goals in your life. One was to get into army.
Yes,
Another was to play football. And
Yeah.
this injury took both of them
absolutely.
out
Yeah.
of the equation.
Yeah.
Then you said you got into depression.
Yeah, it's when I started working in corporates, and I told you about how drinking gave me a lot of courage.
Right.
I think that's the after effect.
So depression is after effect of drinking.
Absolutely, because that you cannot always be in the limelight, right? Some point in time, you'll see that down curve.
Mm.
I think I reached that plateau, after becoming a lot of becoming popular and getting a lot of popularity within my team and within my friends, because of how cool I was.
Okay, so
Yeah. Then I think the real effect of alcohol when it starts happening with you, that your health starts deteriorating. It affects your brain, of course, because you start hating your sober self, right? You always want to be in high spirits or high, because when you're sober, then the reality struck. And see, no, this is not the reality. Reality is when I'm drunk, or at least when I have 2-3 drinks, right? So that makes you think that okay, let me keep going back to drinking. But then at one point in time, then you realize that it's not because it's impacting your health. It's impacting your rational thinking,
right.
And some decisions which you make will also impact people around you. So once you start getting into the trouble, that's when people start distancing from you, right? Because this can't go on and on always.
So you can't be. People won't consider you cooler all the time.
Absolutely.
So when you keep doing the same thing, it's no more cooler.
Yes. Because whatever decision you're taking under the influence, right? And it's impacting others. Right? So that's when you start getting into that thought, or you start getting those negative thoughts a lot, right? Because you are fueling yourself with a lot of negativity, and then that's how things start happening around you, negative things, because you lost that positivity. You keep getting those negative thoughts, and people will then start distancing themselves from you, and you'll be all alone then.
So when do you think something becomes an addiction? See, here if I look at your life, so you are getting all the attention because you're an athlete, you're doing good things, so you like that attention, and because of the injury you could not do that, so you started being cooler with your friends and colleagues, so that gave you attention. So football being an obsession is always good because it helps. But when do we identify something bad is becoming obsession, addiction? How do we identify it?
Well, you start getting the signs, because when you're overdoing anything, of course your health is getting impacted. So whenever I used to get my tests done, health checkups done, I'll always get higher cholesterol levels. The lipid profiling is always bad, right? So those are signs your body is giving you, right? And when you see that people who earlier used to think that you're cool, or you are someone who's fun, start distancing themselves from you, right? They will stop interacting with you. They will start maintaining some sort of distance from you. I think those are the early signs you should catch, because you're no more that cool person in their eyes now. You're someone who's an addict, who's too much dependent on alcohol or substance, and also your body is giving you those indications that you're not on the right track. Should change.
What happens to one when they are under depression?
See, there are many faces to the phases of depression. So, it's not always that you're sitting in a corner, you're feeling bad about things. It's not always that. Depression comes in many ways, right? What I have experienced was that my thoughts have started changing. So I'm seeing negativity in everything. I am suspecting people. I am becoming more negative in my thoughts. Even with work, when I'm working, I'm not trusting others so easily. The only time I am happy is when I've had 2-3 drinks. Right? So I think that's what I went through. a lot of negative thoughts. Not like to an extent that I'll threaten myself, my life. It's more like I'm not finding positivity with whatever I'm doing, with whatever I'm doing. Me becoming a lot negative is something which I have observed in myself, and I really wanted to change that because earlier I was a very positive person. I was always happy-go-lucky. I was never depressed about things, but during that stage, I started becoming, like a tremendously negative person. So that's something which I faced or felt.
Your health is deteriorating. You find negativity everywhere.
Absolutely, and losing trust on people. So those are the early signs actually. You should, because you were never like that person, right? I mean, you were always a very happy person. You was always around, surrounded by friends. You were doing a lot of, you were playing a lot of sports. You were a healthy person, right? And with a lot of positivities. But the moment you started relying on alcohol or substance, then you become negative.
Right.
I think those are the signs which you should catch.
You said when you are smoking, drinking, there are many people together.
Yes.
But when you want to change, nobody is with you. So you had many failed attempts at de-addiction. Tell us about your failed attempts.
Failed attempts. Yeah.
So
So quitting drinking was not that big a challenge for me compared to smoking, because smoking was so ingrained in my day-to-day life that I wouldn't think a second time before picking up a cigarette. Right? It was very difficult for me to wait at one place without smoking.
Okay.
Because smoking has become like a time pass for me.
If
Because-
you're idle, you should smoke.
Yeah, if I'm idle, I'm sitting, then why don't I have this light one? Because I went to that extreme with smoking. Though I was never smoking so many cigarettes in a day, but yes, I mean, if I'm idle, I should smoke. If I'm gone to pick my son up from the school, and so I should smoke before going to the school.
Okay.
If I'm waiting for his bus, let me light a cigarette till the time I'm waiting. So it was very difficult for me to quit smoking, then drinking.
Okay.
Right. So what I did, I mean, the failed attempts, and the biggest reason for quitting smoking was when I picked up running.
Okay.
Right. Because there's a thing which I heard. As I told you earlier, I attended a training session, and in that training session, the trainer told me that if you want to quit a habit, pick up another habit.
Another one. Yeah.
Right? So what could that be? So I thought about it. Right? What other habit I can pick up? I even bought a guitar. I thought of learning guitar.
Okay.
Let me focus on learning guitar so that I can not think about smoking. But that didn't work because it was difficult to learn guitar. Let me be very honest. It's not easy to
That's not easy.
learn any musical instrument, that to guitar. So I thought, like, what can I do? Then it struck me, right? I always played football, and that involves running. And running is something which comes to me naturally. Why don't I start running? Right? So I just started running, with not paying attention to what footwear I'm using, what gear I'm wearing, what watch I'm tracking it with. No, I just started running.
You had
Many failed attempts at quitting drinking and smoking, but a pivotal moment came when your son came to wake you up early.
actually in the morning. Yeah. That moment still so fresh in my head actually.
how I landed there, let me just briefly talk
Sure.
about that. So, as I told you, started drinking heavily. So earlier I used to drink only on weekends, and that's something I told my wife also, that I'm not drinking every day. Weekends I can. Right. So I used to start on Friday evening, get one bottle home, and finish it on Saturday. Okay, so Friday evening, Saturday evening, one bottle done.
Okay.
Alone.
Okay.
Right? And that too till 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock at night. That habit, I didn't stop there. Okay, I started drinking from Thursday now. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That shifted to Wednesday.
Okay.
Further. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Now I need 2 bottles. Right?
Okay.
And I think that's the extreme I could go. Right? And I was not even thinking twice before doing that. Because I told my wife that I only drink Friday, Saturday. I started drinking from Wednesday once they sleep. And yeah, so that they don't even realize that I was drinking.
Okay.
So I started lying also. Right? So negative thoughts, lying, not trusting people, all these things started happening around me. And it was not making me think twice also at that time, because I was enjoying it. Right? Let's be very honest. I was enjoying
from real world to fantasy world because of this.
Yeah, it was crazy. So what happened one night? So that was Friday night. Usual, I was drinking, and I didn't know when I just dozed off in the drawing room itself on the sofa, drinking with my glass full of drink still there, bottle of whiskey still there, and I'm just lying on the sofa like a drunk. Not like a drunk. I was a drunk man. And I was like a log, just sleeping there. And I heard a very sweet voice waking me up. Okay, I was drunk. I don't know. Maybe I thought I'm just hallucinating or something. But I opened my eyes and I saw my son, who was 6 or 7 years old at that time, standing in front of me, trying to wake me up. And he might have seen the whole paraphernalia which is around me, right? And he asking me, Daddy, why are you sleeping here? Go inside and sleep on the bed.
How old was your son?
7.
7 years.
And I looked at him and looked at the whole things which were lying around there, and that hit me hard. Before coming up to me, he might have seen or seen me in that position, seen all in a bottle of whiskey and a glass. He might have wondered, right? What is this? Why my father is lying like that? So it hit me hard. I thought, like, what kind of upbringing I'm giving to him, right? What if tomorrow he'll be like this? Then as a father, how I'll feel? Do I want him also to be in the same place, right? Though my father never gave me these teachings, right? He never did like that. Though he was from army, he used to have very disciplined drinking session whenever he used to drink also with his friends, right? So I thought, well, boss, there's something wrong. Maybe I'm not being a good father. I'm not being a good husband also, because I'm lying to my wife. And what kind of upbringing I'm giving them? This should change. I think I want my son to feel that I am his idol, rather than I'm just some stupid drunkard man who will eventually die if he continues like that. Right? I may not be for him, right? Because I told you my health reports were going down, and I almost had cholesterol at 300 plus.
So that did not matter.
Yeah, because I was enjoying drinks. And yeah, I don't know, some sort of devil was inside my head.
So we said this was a trigger for thinking about.
That was a trigger. That was a trigger when I saw my son's face and I realized that this is not right. This has to change. And I think that helped me. So whenever when I decided to quit, I used to pick up drink once or twice, some weekends. Before picking up a bottle, I'll just think about that same moment. I used to keep it back.
Okay.
Right. I thought let me substitute it with black coffee or black tea, something which will make me feel that okay, I'm having something bitter, but at least it's not alcohol. Right. So yeah, I mean, I started taking those small steps, and it really worked. But it just, I mean, trust me, I'm just, whoever is listening, and if they are struggling with this, I want to convey this, that they should first, convince themselves that why you are changing. Unless until you are convinced, you'll again fall back to it. Convince yourself, find the reason. That will make a lot of difference.
So the strong purpose is needed for change.
Yes, purpose is needed. Absolutely. I found mine, and I worked on it. And running helped me a lot with this.
How did it come to you that I need to do running? Did you see someone running? Did you read somewhere? Where did that idea come from?
Nowadays, it's very easy, right? You have so many people running around you. You see a lot of people running here and there. So it's easy to pick that sport. When I started 8 years back, and in the area where I live, it was not as developed as it is now. I remember that road which goes to Jakur Lake used to be all broken with a lot of muck around and garbage, and it was not an easy road to travel on. I used to run on that road. No, I didn't have anyone as an inspiration. But yes, as I told you, I was a footballer. I always loved running.
Okay,
so I picked it up. You can pick up any sport, right? It's not necessary that you just do running only.
Yeah,
whatever suits you, you do that. But anyway, so I picked up running because I loved running those days. So I just started. Like that. But then, once you start running, your ultimate goal is to become better, right? So how you become better? You start applying, the dynamics of running, the things which comes along with it, right? Like you train well, you actually follow a discipline. You should have a proper, dedicated, time for it. Take out time out of your day-to-day job. So it's very important to find all that and make it all sync, and then pursue it.
Where did you get information about running?
Online. I did a lot of research online, up to a level where I used to read a lot of blogs. People, because of course people in US run a lot, so I used to run their blogs, follow their plans. I used to download lots of plans, try those plans. If it's working, well and good. Not working, then change it. Follow somebody else's plan. So that's how I actually build up my own plan. And then when I signed up for my first race, my first marathon, that also gave me a reason to perform.
So when was this? So you started in 2017.
17.
So when did you sign up for the first marathon?
2018.
Within a year.
Within a year. I signed up, but I ran in 19 actually. So I took that one whole year to practice for it. And it was my first marathon. Lots of thoughts in my head, like whether I know I can do it or not. I did try 10K half marathon formats, but full marathon is always a different ball game, right? So I was not very confident that I can do it, but again, I mean, I planned for it, I trained for it, and I did it. And I did it in 3 hours 55 minutes.
Oh, that's nice.
It was a sub 4 marathon and my
Impressive
first
one for
marathon.
the first one.
Yeah. I still have that picture, holding a medal, and yeah, it's very close to my heart. And that first medal, full marathon medal, I gave it to my son. And since then, I've made it a practice or a ritual. Whenever I come back from any run, I give that medal to my son first.
That purpose actually helped you.
Yes. Because all those medals are his, not mine. Because I run keeping him in my mind, right? So yeah, I mean, he's behind all this.
I was actually gonna ask you.
Yeah.
Maybe this you gave the answer already.
Yeah.
See, bad habits are very easy to pick up and difficult to quit. Whereas good habits, very difficult to pick up, very easy to quit.
Yeah.
So from drinking, running, smoking, running. So I was gonna ask you, how did it stick? How did the running stick with you? Looks like you had a strong purpose behind picking up running and then continuing to do it.
Yeah.
So maybe that purpose made you stick to running.
Well, I'll link it back to drinking. So the pleasure which I used to get after drinking, or the validation I used to get from people after drinking, I started getting the same pleasure, same validation from running. So I thought, I mean, it's equally addictive.
So getting high.
Yeah, so why not get high running than drinking?
Right.
So that actually, again, brought me back to that same platform for which I started drinking.
So would you say if some drunkard is listening to this right now,
Yeah,
so they
quit
can
drinking and start running. It gives you more validation in life. You get people actually look up to you. They ask you a lot of things about what you're doing, and you get all the good all the dopamine and endorphins you get after your run. They are far better than getting those from drinking.
Nice.
Yeah. So that really helped me.
So it's been 8 years since you started running.
Yeah.
So what's your? I mean, before COVID, you started running before COVID.
Yes.
You were also working 9 to 7. You were in Bangalore, so it's 9 to 9.
Yeah. At times 10.
Right, times 10 as well. So how did you manage time for running?
So I wake up early in the morning. So and I try to finish my runs early in the morning itself. I know that I start working at 9, so I'll wake up at 5, finish my run by 7:30, and then get ready and start work. Yeah, that was pre-COVID, right? Post-COVID, everything changed because now it's a hybrid model,
Right.
You are at home. Only 2 days you have to go to office. So the days when I'm going to office, I don't do my morning runs.
Okay.
I either do evening runs or I go for my strength training classes in the evening. The days when I'm not going to office, that's when I run, which are like 3 days during the week. I'll go for my usual 6 to 10 kilometers run. Jakur Lake is my favorite spot.
Yeah.
Right? You have seen,
Yes.
I mean, me
You
there.
met there.
Yeah, and I really love those high fives which we give to each other
Right.
when we cross each other. So that's what I do. And weekends, Sunday I do my long runs, and Saturday I keep it for alternative workout. It's not strength training, it's not running. So something I enjoy doing is cycling. So it's like my cross training. So I enjoy cycling. My favorite stretch is that airport road stretch. Go up to the toll gate and come back. It's a good run you get with all the elevation and everything. So I enjoy that.
So this is post-COVID. So you, at least some of us have privilege of hybrid work.
Yes.
working model.
Yes.
But not everybody has got
Not
that.
everywhere.
Pre-COVID, what was your routine when you you're supposed to go to office 5 days a week?
Yeah, pre-COVID, what I started doing is follow a plan of 4 days of running during the weekdays. So starting Monday, uh, I'll do my tempo runs, my speed runs, then the usual 10k or 8k 5 miler, whatever. One day between the week, Wednesday, I used to keep just for recovery.
Okay.
So active recovery. So I'll do walking,
Okay.
stuff like that. Saturday I'll do cycling, which is like a cross training, and Sunday long runs.
You're still doing a full-fledged schedule even when you're working 9 to
Yes, I was,
9.
and I was quite disciplined to follow that, and I think that really makes a difference. It helps you to become disciplined, and you know that you want to achieve, that progressive mindset. So you have to stick to it, because I think motivation.
It was already there.
It was already there, and it never lasts forever. After some point in time, the motivation goes away, and it's your discipline. It's what you do regularly, what makes you, right? People say that, oh, I didn't run today, I'm not feeling well, right? I'm not feeling good myself. That's why you're not feeling good, because your body hasn't got those endorphins, right? Which you're used to. So I think there's no motivation there. It's just what you've been doing regularly, what you become. So that's what I think is more important. Feel motivated at the early stages. Once you become disciplined with that routine, then that takes you long.
But like you said earlier, instead of looking for motivation, find a purpose.
Yeah.
And then go behind it. That keeps you hooked.
Yeah. I mean, whenever you feel that you're not able to continue, or you're failing, just remind yourself of why you started in the first place.
That makes
Yeah.
lot of difference.
Yes. Yeah. Whenever you are feeling that your old habit is coming back, just think about that. Like, why you decided to change. What was your purpose? So that will help you.
So you were injured before when you were playing football.
Yeah.
Did that come in your way of running anytime?
No. By that time I was out. But yes, I forgot to mention the health reasons. Because I was overweight, right? With the amount of drinking, I put on a lot of weight.
Okay.
So I was almost 100 kilos.
100 kilos.
Yeah.
When you started running?
When I started running. And I was heavy.
Okay.
So every step I'm taking, it's putting a lot of pressure on my knees, right? Though it's not troubling me from my past injury, but I had new set of injuries.
Okay.
So my ACL tear.
ACL tear?
Yes. Not, I mean, grade 3 or grade 4.
Okay.
It was level 1, 2. But because of overweight, the ACL tear happened.
Okay.
Again, I stopped for 2-3 months.
Okay.
Then I had to pick it up again. So during that period, again, those negative thoughts started coming, like, am I making the right choice? Why I'm doing this? So I just go back to, drinking and smoking. So, but then you have to just again think, like, the purpose, like why you started.
Right.
Do you want the same life, or you are here for change? I'm here for change. So let's change it. Right? Get done with the recovery. Follow what doctor is saying. Come back to your feet. Start doing what you started, and finish it. So that consistency is required, because it's very easy to go back to your old self. Very easy, and no one will question it.
Right.
No one would know about it, right? Only your loved ones, people who are around you, right? People who really love you, they'll be with you. They want you to change. And I think I give a lot of credit to my wife, because to keep up with the schedule, she has played a lot of the supportive role in that. I don't think so without her support it was possible.
and you support your mind.
Yes.
You do run a lot of races too.
Yeah.
Many people ask this: why pay for running? Why can't you simply run? So why races are important?
Yeah, that's a good question actually. Now I think that races are not that important. But initially, when you start running, right, you have that competitive mindset. You want to see that where you stand, right? Because you've been running for some time. You're running at some pace, right? So why not just go for a race? Because during training, when you're running, you can pause anytime, you can do your stuff, you can stop for water, you can look around, click pictures. But when it's race, it's competition, right? You're racing. Your whole focus is on running. It gives you another challenge, a different level of kick. And when you see hundreds of people running alongside you, interacting with them, listening to their story, why they're running, what is their purpose, gives you a lot of sense on why people run, or what's the logic behind or psychology behind all this. So, and it helps you connect with a lot of like-minded people. I've met a lot of people who are now good friends through races.
You think running is a good way to make friends for introverts?
Not every runner is an introvert. My story is different.
I mean, I'm talking about for introverts.
Yeah.
For introverts, if they have to
Absolutely
find good, like-minded people, maybe running is one of the ways.
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah.
Yes.
2024 was a very good year for
It was eventful. Yes, it was
a lot of events.
A lot of events.
Tell us about
Starting off from TMM, Mumbai Marathon.
By the way, how many marathons have you run so far?
6
marathons. So,
full marathons, 42.2 kilometers.
So 2024 started with TMM.
24, started with TMM. TMM is always one of the favorite races to do, and I make it a point that I'm doing it every year. Reason I've shared with you.
Right. Right.
But yeah, I mean, started off with TMM, then I did the police run, 10K. Then we had our Bengaluru half marathon. Then we did Nice Road. We did Mysuru 30K.
We went to
Hyderabad half. And
tried Ultra.
The Ultra. I never knew that I'll do that distance. I was not confident on my physical strength that I could do it. But while signing up for it, I thought, let me try. What worse will happen? I could get injured. I could get some muscle injury. Maybe DNF.
Yeah.
Or other than running, I might be rolling down the hill. Or I'll come on stretchers. Right? So, what else can happen? Right? So I thought, why not just try it? Try this format. And when I was gearing up for so mindset is also a very critical part in running. Right? So whenever I go for any race, I visualize that race in my head. So I see a lot of videos, people running it. I check the course, the elevation factor, how I'll deal with this. I look for videos, people who have run the previous event, what sort of report they have given, feedback they have given about it. So I do a lot of research before going for any race. So same I did for Malnad, 50K.
But to my surprise, Malnad changes their course every 2 years. So this time they had a new course altogether. It was not the same course. And this time it was more challenging.
Because earlier they had a 9 hours cutoff to do 50K. This time it was 10 hours. Because of the complexity of the course.
Elevation.
Yes, higher elevation and more hill then flat. So they increased it by 1 hour, and 1 hour in ultra is
That's too much.
5 or 6 kilometers, you know that. But yeah, if elevation is involved, then half of the time you're walking,
Right,
speed hiking
right.
rather than running. It's not possible humanly to run those elevations.
Yeah.
Right? Anyways, so I did a lot of research. I had the race in my head, but the actual thing is always difficult. Right? I mean, different. And also, I thought like because that race was around my anniversary, wedding anniversary, so I thought of taking the whole family there. I'll spend some good time with them, and they'll get to see me running also, which never happened.
Okay.
My family never came to any of my races.
Okay.
I only used to come home, give medal to my son, and that's it.
So this was special.
Yeah, this was very special. This was special because when I was finishing it, and there was one more friend of mine, a very good friend of mine with me, we both stayed together throughout the course. We ran like a buddy, right? Both of us never left sight of each other, right? Shashwat. So yeah, so when we were finishing, both of our families were standing there at the finish line, clapping for us. And the finish line also is a bit gradient up, right? It's elevation there. So we were coming slowly. So my wife was like, "Why are you running slow? Run faster!" I was like, "It's slow. It's a elevation. I can't run fast." So, anyways, and then I saw my son standing right at the that last that timing mat.
Finish line. Yeah.
Finish line. He was standing there, and something just struck my head. The same picture flashed back when he was waking me up.
Right.
From that drunk state, and I saw him. I was like, "Come here, come here," and he ran towards me, and I held his hand, and we both crossed the line together.
Isn't that the redemption?
Oh yes. I felt so happy after that. I hugged him. We gave each other high five. I picked him up. And it was all captured by Malnad Ultra guys.
Oh, nice.
I have some lovely pictures
Fantastic.
from there, which I'm going to preserve lifelong.
That's the transformation.
Oh yes. And I don't think so I've achieved it. But yes, now my son says that you are my idol.
It has all come back, full cycle, and something I really enjoyed.
That's a good transformation picture from
Absolutely.
so far to running together.
50k finish line.
Right.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And it doesn't stop here. I am 2025. I'm planning for Thar Dungla.
Okay.
Though I'm still preparing myself because it's a different level of challenge.
Yeah.
It's 72k.
Yeah, Malnad kar dunga.
But the elevation and the oxygen levels.
Pahari will do
different.
fine.
We'll try. I will try. I will definitely give it a try. And also I'm planning to do more cycling tours this year. So yeah, let's see how it goes.
Couple of advices from
Okay.
you. So if somebody is addicted to something, whatever it may be, if they have to start the addiction journey, would you have some advice, some kind of a framework that they can start with?
Yeah, I think framework. I've never been a fan of a framework. The one piece of advice would be listen to yourself. That's very important. Convince yourself to change.
Okay.
Unless until you are convinced, you can never change.
Okay.
Right? And also find the why reason, why you want to change. Because when you're into that addiction, there has been some or other reason why you picked it up. Right? Look into those reasons and see, if you can work on those reasons rather than, finding something else out of the blue, or some divine intervention will happen and you'll become de-addicted. No, nothing's gonna happen unless you decide to change it.
Okay.
If you decide to change it, then only it will change. So you have to look within, right, and see if, because both are the different ways of life, right? You're into addiction, that is giving you one set of, lifestyle, right? Once you come out of it, of course, there's a change, and that's a better side of it, right? That will be another life for you, right? So you have to see yourself, why you want to change, why you want to come to the other side. So first, talk to yourself, find that reason out, and if you're not getting that reason, talk to people who are still with you.
Okay.
People who really love you will still be around, because they don't give up on you easily. And that should be your reason enough, actually. If you don't want to change for yourself, then change for them.
Makes sense.
Right? Because all the fair weather people will just disappear. Right? The real the identification of people who really love you is at the time when the storm hits. Right? If they are still with you, that means they care for you. If you don't have good enough reason to change for yourself, at least change for them. Because they don't want to see you in the state which you are in right now.
So talk to them why you should.
Absolutely.
Okay. Makes sense. Thank you for that. So if somebody has to get started with running, what advice would you have for them?
Don't get into the fancy side of running, right? Nowadays I see people go after the kind of shoes they're wearing, the expensive clothing they should wear. No, running is a personal sport, right? Enjoy it. First started enjoying it. Be it just a very inexpensive sneakers, or in your or barefoot. If you're even running barefoot,
that's still running, right? You don't need the Nike top end shoes to run a race or for running, right? Just enjoy the whole process.
And once you start getting better at it, then you can thought of bringing in all the fancy stuff.
Right.
But when you're starting, don't go after expensive stuff or gear or stuff like that. Just start wherever you are. Just start. It will automatically start giving you results. With those results, you will start feeling happy. You'll see the change, right? And once you start seeing the change, then you'll already be addicted to running. Because to see the change, you need certain amount of running.
Right.
In the books.
Yeah.
It will not happen just in a week's time or 10 days time. It's a continuous process.
Excellent.
So I think just follow your heart and just start. Don't talk to 10 different people about what they do, how they do. Just go out there and just start running wherever you are, wherever you live, whatever means, resources you have.
Don't buy anything, just start first.
Yeah, because the only preparation for running you need is here. You have to tell your brain that you need to start. And that's with everything. With the addiction also. Convince yourself first what you want to do. Just don't go after what 10 different people are doing. Because that's what I believe. Running is personal, right? You don't know what journey they have been through, right? Or access to what sort of resources they have. Never compare to others or others, statistics. Nowadays we have Strava, we have a lot of and people get a lot of FOMO, seeing others running. Oh, it's doing sub 3, sub 4. No, it's you. Just focus on yourself. Whatever pace you're running at, you're still running. Right? So don't run after statistics. Just run with pleasure or for pleasure. I think that will help you.
Run for the joy of it.
Run for the joy of it. It's never about numbers. Numbers will become ultimately better once you start getting better.
How consistent.
Consistency. Yeah.
Okay, so you recently went on a bike ride.
Yes.
Unlike long runs and ultra runs,
Yeah.
or even long cycling,
Yes.
it's just sitting on the bike for long, motorbike for long. But at the same time, it's not just sitting on the motorbike. There is a lot to going on long rides on motorbike than just riding it.
Yeah.
So tell us more about it. What exactly is involved in motorbike rides?
Well, motorbike rides. The first and very important thing is that concentration. You are going at a high speed, almost 100 kilometers per hour. So you need a lot of concentration and attention on the road. Also, if you're riding in a group, which was our ride, we were four of us. So we have to be very attentive about our surroundings. See where each one of us are. We have to make sure that all the riders are together. You can't leave your buddy riders behind. So yeah, I mean, motorbiking, and also it tests your physical endurance, your body's ability to take pain,
Right.
because constantly sitting on the saddle requires a really good core.
Yeah.
That's what I believe. So if your core is strong, you can go very long distance.
So there's still some endurance.
Yes, endurance is required. I mean, and I will credit it to running, because running gave me that endurance of going longer distances.
Okay.
And a stable core through my regular workouts. So I didn't feel much of pain in my long rides.
So what was the recent trip? Tell us about that.
So we did 2,800 kilometers ride in total. We went from Bangalore to Hyderabad, Hyderabad to Nagpur, Nagpur to Aurangabad, Aurangabad to Mahabaleshwar, from there to Ratnagiri, Ratnagiri to Belgaum, and back to Bangalore. So it was 9 days ride for almost, I mean, we were riding 300 kilometers every day.
Okay.
We did a lot of sightseeing, and what really appealed me throughout the ride was whenever we used to cross into a different state, the landscape would change.
Okay.
The crop will change. The people wearing their traditional outfits will change.
Okay.
And of course, the main thing, food. That's something which I really love. So
the long rides give you different culture, different food,
absolutely,
different landscape,
and you meet so many different people. You see, what sort of life they're living. There are a lot of people who actually motivate you also.
Okay.
We have come across a lot of innocent questions on the way. Some people think that we are the delivery boys, carrying big luggage,
Okay.
and going at a higher speed. We are in a hurry to deliver something. So yeah, I mean, the country's innocence and the real life and the hard work people do in villages. Because at times, where what we used to do, like if the highways, a lot of road works is happening, so we used to take the state highways or the village roads.
Okay.
There the real beauty lies.
So while the running is about your self-discovery,
Yeah,
bike rides are about discovering what's around you.
absolutely. And that what completes you, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
With running, you look within. With riding, you look the outside world.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So if you were to describe an agile coach, who is an agile coach?
Agile coach, yeah. Well, as the name suggests, the person who coaches on agile. And nowadays, every other organization wants to adopt this agile ways of working. And that's where we, as coaches, come into the picture. We help them understand that agile is not only frameworks or set of practices or processes doing that. They focus too much on operational part of it
making people do stand up, following various practices which Agile requires. Whereas it's more than that. It's first to bring in that culture, bringing that mindset in your organization, and then going with all these prescribed frameworks. So that's what I more focus on as coach. Develop the collaboration, the interpersonal skills, how people communicate. Also, very important to create a psychological safe environment for people. They should not be feeling that they will get reprimanded because of their actions. They should be safe. It's okay to fail, but fail fast. I'm sure you know that. And realizing what they can improve. And that's what continuous improvement is all about. So we try to bring in that culture first, and then we see what sort of work people do, and then how we can fit into that framework, be it Scrum, Kanban, XP, whatever framework you want to follow.
So start with purpose.
Yes,
Then the means.
yes. Understanding the why first.
Right.
Why you want to go Agile.
Right.
Maybe you don't need any framework, you're already into it.
Right.
So yeah.
So you talked about Mumbai Marathon.
Yes.
You said your father was hospitalized.
Yeah.
Tell us what happened there.
Well, that's what I mean. I got a call in an evening before the Mumbai Marathon when I was about to go to bed early because next day was the race and I have to get up early morning. That father is not feeling well. He got some internal bleeding and we are taking him to the hospital. I asked my brother, shall I cancel the run and come straight to Noida? He was like, no. Father told me not to tell you because you might panic and don't go for your run. So he wants me to run. So you go run and I'll let you know in the morning if everything's okay. He's like, father gone into coma because the stomach is digesting blood. So doctors has put him into ICU. I couldn't get any direct flight, so I had to go via Jaipur. And all throughout I was thinking like, I hope he's well. Hope nothing serious. And on top of everything, I was not carrying any winter clothes. So I had to borrow clothes from my brother.
Okay.
And I went to the hospital. I saw him lying. He was unconscious. I tried to speak to him, but he was not responding. And the sad part was like in the evening, around 10:30 at night, he left us whatever neighbor. And the problem is like, he didn't stop me doing what I love the most. His encouragement makes me run Mumbai Marathon every year. And that's what I made it a point. Wherever I am, I'm definitely going to run Mumbai Marathon.
As a coach, you empower teams.
Yes,
Empower people.
individuals. Yeah.
So, has running empowered you as a coach?
I take out a lot of learnings from running because, in fact, in some of my sessions, I use marathon as a storytelling.
Okay.
And help people understand, what Agile can do. Marathon is a perfect, it's a perfect anecdote for teaching people how to be Agile. Because a marathon requires you to adapt, inspect, and adapt. What you're going through, listen to your body, and adjust your pace accordingly. Your hydration accordingly. And then go by short sprints. So take a quick check after every 5 kilometers, how your legs feeling, how your body feeling, and adapt to it. That's what Agile also is, right?
You said you also put peer pressure onto your life.
I don't put pressure. Maybe she's feeling the pressure because I've taken this fitness journey. So being my better half, she wants to be also as good as me, maybe. So that's why she started going to the gym. Twice a week she go, and we also discussed about her gains every time she's back from the gym.
So yeah, I mean, we are having more healthier conversations. I'm enjoying life. Yeah.
Do you think having a recreational sport as part of life helps in improving relationships too?
Absolutely. It actually keeps your stress away. It helps you to deal with your problems better. I think everyone should get into some or other recreational sport. And nothing like it if you as couple can do it together. Right? So yeah.
Running helps in clearing minds.
Yeah. So it helps me to create a mental to-do checklist. And I at times also, go through I make mental notes about what I'm going to say or do in my meetings. Because my work involves talking to a lot of people. I talk to various levels in the organization. Because I believe, like, if I can imagine in my head, I can follow it to the T during my actual meetings.
Because it's kind of cemented there.
Absolutely, yeah. And running actually gives you that format. They say, right, running improves your memory too.
Right.
Yeah. So it fires up all those neurons in your brain.
Right.
Yeah.
So you say you're a Pahari. Tell us about your Pahari days. Pahari days. So first, let me tell you why I call myself Pahari. Because I belong to Uttarakhand. And everyone who's from Uttarakhand is a Pahari because of the Pahars, right? Mountains we have. Though I never lived in Pahar in Uttarakhand. But my father, when he was 16, at that time there was emergency recruitment were going on due to China war. So by the time he got trained and came out, the war was over, and he completed his studies, and he then lived throughout his life in the plains only. Never went back to the mountains. But one fine day, when we were like in 5th standard, he took us all to our village. And that's the first time I saw my village.
Okay.
The journey was not easy. It was 16 hours bus ride, then 4 hours of trekking. I still have that memory fresh in my mind. And since that day, I started calling myself Pahari. The kind of natural beauty and things you can do there. When I was in 5th standard, I never stopped going to my village. So when I was in college, I used to go there. When I got married, I went. Usually every year we have this village deity.
Okay.
So there are a lot of things which we do. So I always participate in that.
Nice.
So last year only I went with my mother. I just love it. I mean, you don't get telephone towers there.
No, nice.
Signals, no Wi-Fi. Your phone battery lasts for 2 to 3 days actually. The clear views of Himalayas, snow-capped mountains. And I just love everything about that place. Simple food, simple life. And that's why I take pride in calling myself a Pahari.
So thank you so much for coming on the pod and helping us with your wisdom. Thank you very much. I mean, thank you for calling it a wisdom. I never thought of it that way, but no, I mean, I'm really thankful to you actually inviting me here. That's what I said, right? I mean, even if I can help with 1% of people to change, I'll feel that I've done something good. Yeah. Or even 1%. Even 1%. So yeah, really happy to be here. I don't know, I mean, I'm not the best out there. But I mean, if I can change, anyone can change.
Yeah. Everybody can go after the best version of themselves.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. It's all in your head.
Yeah.
Thank you.